The reason I'm alive, because you know the reason I live sounds so trite. The reason I do stuff. I think it came up today, and I realized, you know, that's what my friend doesn't understand. He's asking me why I'm doing clinic. I'm obviously better at hospitalist work, but I've been doing it for years. Clinic I'm new at. I'll get better at it. But his point is, you're learning all this stuff. Why? Like, you could do hospitalist work. And it's like, for him, a lot of it has to do with money, productivity, return of investment. And for me, a lot of it is learning in life. I don't know why some people don't like to learn. I mean, I guess you could say it's hard, it takes effort. But isn't that why we're alive? We keep growing, we keep learning new things. So here I'm in clinic. There's a lot of stuff to learn that's new. I don't know it yet. I will learn it. A lot of it is possibly not useful in the future. You never know. There's this movie, I want to say it's Pixel, I think. But basically, there's a guy who's really good at video games, ends up growing up and, sort of becoming a loser. Works at Best Buy as part of the Geek Squad. His friend somehow is, president of the US or something. Anyways, aliens are invading and they need to play video games to defeat the aliens. And thus, he's become a national hero. It's obvious he can try, but it strikes a chord with me because, yeah, isn't that what we all wanted, to put all the stuff that we learned to use? I love it when I learn something and it's useful for a patient 3 years later. But it's rare. It's not high yield. I accept that, but it helps somebody. So that's good, right? My friends say, well, look at all the time you spent learning stuff. And that's true. Is you spend a lot of time learning stuff. But that's the thing. I like having stuff that comes in handy. I like learning it and having it be useful later. I like helping people. That's why for me, I just can't understand the doctors who stop seeing patients, who want to be big bosses, managers, CEOs, VPs, whatever. Like, but you went to medical school. I thought you want to help people. And so it's obviously not true. A lot of people don't want to help people. That's not why they go into medical school. But for me, it's like, yeah, you want to work with people, help them individually. Practice as a doctor. That's why we train for so many years. That's why I keep on learning. See, a lot of my personal experiences that I go through come in handy. I tell patients how to get through an MRI because I've been through an MRI myself. Many doctors haven't. A lot of procedures I've gone through myself, other doctors haven't. Can't tell a patient exactly what is what, right? I mean, in the past, they made a lot of medical students go through procedures just so they could experience the other side, but they stopped doing that because they thought it's cruel and inhumane, like colonoscopies. But here's the deal: knowing more is always better. It could always come in handy, this extra information, these random factoids that you know, but it takes time. I think my friend's point is it's not worth his time from the productivity level. And I would say, yes, realistically, I would be more productive as a hospitalist. That's true. But I'm expanding my horizons. I'm learning to do more. I'm becoming a doctor who works in a clinic. There's a lot of stuff I still have to figure out. I'm not as efficient as people who work there for 10 years, 20 years. That's true. But I bring an angle that oftentimes they don't have. I work in a hospital. I know many things quite in depth. Heart failure, yeah, that's simple. I can manage. I can manage better than I would say most cardiology clinics. They just see it, right? There's some changes I have to know because in a hospital you get stuff done right away. In a clinic you don't. Fast is not so fast. But here's the deal: I'll learn it. I'll get better at it. My friend's point is, then what? I don't know. What's my overall plan? 1 year, 5 year, 10 year? I have no idea. But why is picking up more tools for life not a bad thing? I mean, yes, I don't have a grand arching overall plan like Peter Attias. My cousin went to school with him. I guess did research with him at NIH. Like we always wonder what this guy was about. Now we know. Well, he's learning on the stuff to be a personal guru doctor. Yeah, that's why he did it. So I don't have that overall plan. I think I may want to do private practice. Not sure yet. But getting exposure, learning these things, hey, my brain's not full. Makes me more motivated to go to work. Learning is always a good thing for me, right? Gives you a reason to go to work. Someone else telling me how, like, Kaiser takes care of you. I don't disagree. They have a good pension plan. They have good retirement benefits. You're not going to be hurting for money later in life. Yeah, I completely 150% agree. After all, I trained at Kaiser. I know it. The Bay Area has even better pension plan than down here, I think. But here's the deal. My cousin was mentioning this, that a lot of people are just sitting around waiting for retirement. I mean, he was working at Kaiser. Job's easy. It's all routine. That's so true. Absolutely true. And then what? Right? It's still an awful lot of time you're sitting there being bored, being not interested. Would you change it up for something interesting? Where does that come into play? Switching up every now and then, not bad for the mind, good for the soul. Is it bad for the pocketbook? Possibly. Is it bad for the stress? Well, it all depends on what you think of stress. Is having to learn new things stressful? Is that a positive stress or a negative stress? Right? Is it boring if you do the same thing all day? Is it boring for everything you already know? Would you rather be in a position where there's new stuff to be learned, cool stuff to be seen, more stuff to do that you haven't done yet? Isn't that life? It goes back to what my friend was saying about visiting Japan. I love Japan. It's so comfortable and nice there to travel to. Most people agree. In the past few years, everybody's found Japan, it seems. Everybody wants to go back. My friend's like, there's so many countries in the world. You got to go explore them all before you go back. Now, while I didn't follow her advice, I understand the point and agree. A lot of places to go in the world. Let's go visit and see what it's like. Why not? Let's go. And life is the same. There's so many experiences to be had, and some of them, or a lot of them, could be had through work. Why wouldn't you view work as a place where you could learn more, open your eyes, explore, just like traveling, just like eating at a different restaurant? It's all your life. In fact, work is a significant proportion of the time in your life. Why don't you want to make it useful and exploring more rather than the same old routine day in, day out, just collecting a paycheck?